The Philadelphia Soul suffered yet another agonizing loss at home Saturday night. Another 1-point last-second heartbreaker when Shane Austin's Hail Mary toss to Dominic Goodman won the game for the Cleveland Gladiators 69-68. Tonight we'll talk to head coach Clint Dolezal as well as Tiger Jones. Plus, Jaws will be back to talk some more football. Soul general manager Tom Goodhines will be along to preview the next game. And as always, Vinny the Crumb. The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is next.
Fifth touchdown of the night for Jared Ross on the spike. And it's a touchdown to Tiger Jones as the safety. And the Soul defense has it going right.
I'm not sure about you, but this is starting to get really, really painful. 3 straight losses for the Soul at the end of the game on the last play. Here's how the latest one unfolded.
No better way to gain ground in the standings than to beat the team ahead of you. The Soul breaks service early by breaking through Cleveland's blockers. Calvin Fantz forces a fumble. Brian Robinson has it for a Soul touchdown to put Philly ahead 20-12 to end the first quarter.
Now it's a touchdown. The ball came out.
In the second, Cleveland's Shane Austin would start to find his range. Thyron Lewis was his favorite target on the night. This for 40 yards and 6 points to draw within 2 of Philly's lead. But the Soul were doing the extra things that make the difference. This time on the kickoff, Ray Little comes up big.
Turns tonight, another one here, and he's gone. Raymond Little, touchdown Philadelphia.
55 yards for a 34-25 lead that extended to a season-high 41 points for the Soul in the first half and a lead at 41-31. With the ball to start the second, but on their second play, Rodaball is picked off.
One up, intercepted. Bad pass by Rodaball, and Christian Wise picks it off.
Austin finds Lewis again, and this gets Cleveland within 3.
End zone, touchdown Lewis.
Philly answers with a Derrick Ross rush for a touchdown. Cleveland counters with Austin tossing to Dominic Goodman, and remember that name. 48-44 Soul to enter the fourth quarter. It looks very good for Philly when Rodaball finds Vakean Lacey for the touchdown. Soul 62, Cleveland 50, with 3:06 to go. Cleveland would chew up more than 2 minutes to answer.
Austin, wide open, touchdown Taylor.
To draw within 5, but just 59 seconds left. So Cleveland tries an onside kick, and
Onside kick by Cleveland, ball is loose. No signal yet.
they get the ball. Austin to Lewis. Cleveland takes the lead 63-62 and just 33 seconds left.
Touchdown, Cleveland!
Rodaball now completes 4 straight in the last with just 2 seconds left to Marquis White. 68-63 Soul. They look like winners. All they need is to kick it away, make a tackle in bounds, and it's over. But the kick sails out of play for a touchback. The clock never started. So Cleveland with the ball at their own 3, 47 yards away, 1 play.
Austin, end zone, and it is gone! Gone! Touchdown, Cleveland! They do it again!
Watch it again. The Soul defenders appear to collide, negating the downward swipe they tried to make on the ball, popping it up instead, where Goodman awaits, streaking in from behind. Cleveland, on the ultimate last-second prayer of a play, beat the Soul 69-68.
Joining me now is Ron Jaworski, and we're going to talk a little bit about football on a global scale. So, Ron, the sport has exploded to the point that no one questions football as the top sport in the U.S. So what about the rest of the world? The NFL's EuroLeague did not work. Why didn't it work?
Yeah, I think everyone, Rhea, has their own thoughts and ideas as to why NFL Europe didn't work. My personal opinion is people loved the game in Europe, but I think how they looked at it, they saw pretty much only American players. And we were somewhat of carpetbaggers in Europe, just bringing American players over there. And I think the fact that there were no European players. I shouldn't say no European players. Very few European players on the teams that were playing in Europe, I think was a detriment to the growth of NFL Europe. So I think if the NFL gets to do it again in any way, shape, or form over in Europe, I think it'll include more homegrown players.
Well, Ron, now there are some 35 countries playing football. You got Italy, Germany, and you're involved in a new league in Poland and India.
Yeah, I was over at the Super 8 final area in Poland, in Warsaw, Poland, 2 years ago. 38,000 people attended the Super 8 final. So American football is growing by leaps and bounds in Poland. It's a terrific game, as we know, but the Polish people have really accepted football. I was involved with Coach Mike Ditka in the development of EFL, and that's football over in India, the Elite Football League of India, which is now growing by leaps and bounds. Kurt Warner's involved with that. Mario Williams involved with that of the Buffalo Bills. So NFL players like myself and Coach Ditka have become involved in the Elite Football League in India. So we see tremendous growth of the game over there, where, of course, there's 1.3 billion people. So they love the American game of football.
All right, Ron, I know you're very much involved in the most exciting expansion of all, and of course, that is arena football into China. And we want to talk about that in more detail. But for now, just give us a general overview of why arena football in China and not the outdoor game.
Yeah, I am very excited to be involved with AFL Global, which is arena football in China. And my dear friend Marty Judge, my partner with the Soul, has been doing business in China for many, many years. And we partnered up to bring arena football to China. It's a very, very exciting project that has incredible traction right now. And the opportunity for growth of arena football in China is unsurpassed around the globe.
All right, Jaws, as always, thank you for your great insights into the game.
You bet, Rhea.
This Saturday, June 28th at 8:05 p.m., the Soul will be at Iowa to take on the Barnstormers. The game will be televised on the Comcast network, and the Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center for Monday Night Football, Monday, July 7th at 8 p.m. Get to the arena early by 6 p.m. to see Brian Westbrook play one more time in a Wounded Warrior amputee versus NFL alumni charity game. Get your tickets now by calling 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. After the break, we'll talk to Tiger Jones and with head coach Clint Dolezal when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is sponsored by Pro Systems. Pro Systems Audio, one of Philadelphia's finest audio, video, and lighting contracting firms. By Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. And by the Judge Group and Judge Unified Communications, designing, developing, deploying, and managing advanced technologies for clients across the globe.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Which car brand has the most repeat buyers? Hyundai. And which midsize sedan has both more horsepower and interior room? The Sonata. All of which leaves the rest wanting. The value of the Sonata. The power of America's best warranty. Hurry to your Hyundai dealer today and lease the Sonata for only $169 per month or get 0% APR for up to 72 months. Act fast. These limited time offers end June 30th.
Ready for a little fun? You could scratch your way to instant winning. Play the Pennsylvania Lottery's new instant game, $1,000 Frenzy, with 8 top prizes of $300,000. It's kind of fun to make a splash. Keep on scratching.
Here's the Colonial Marble rock-solid player of the game.
goals per game. So there is a bit of a thin secondary for Cleveland, and you see it again right here. Touchdown, Tiger Jones.
What a great point. Two blown coverages.
And we want to welcome in the player of the game, Tiger Jones. Tiger, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
All right, you had 6 receptions for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. As always, a very good game for you. How does it feel, though, it's now 3 straight games you guys have had that you've lost on the last play of the game?
It's tough, but anytime you lose a close game like that, it's never the last play that costs you the game. You can go back and point to any number of plays that if we make, then it changes the outcome of the game. And so we just got to keep our heads down, keep fighting, and try to correct our mistakes and get better.
What's kind of happening with you guys when it gets down to 2 or 3 minutes, on the sidelines or on the field of play? Do you think about what's happened in the period? You're just concentrating on what's in front of you at that moment?
We're just concentrating on what's in front of us. We're trying to carry out the strategies, just like last week. We wanted to score last or take it down as far as we could with the 2 seconds and score, and I thought that we executed that coming down to the end. And just unfortunately, they threw up a Hail Mary and the ball got tipped into their hands. I mean, what can you do about it?
It's amazing because you look at the previous Cleveland game where you had a big lead and maybe, some things went wrong there. But this game, it's the flukiest. I mean, do you just sit there and go, I didn't just see what I just saw?
I mean, the only people that are saying it's luck is the people that they're beating. I mean, the same things that we look at to say luck, they can look at it and say, well, we did this to make this play happen. So, I mean, it is what it is. You just got to keep going and keep fighting, and hopefully it'll go your way one day.
What do you guys look at what you have to do now? Clearly, I mean, you don't hold your own destiny in your hands, but, you got to win out. And what is that like in a locker room when you're looking at that scenario where you don't control your destiny?
I mean, the good thing about it is that regardless of what happened last week, we still have to win this week. And I think that's what our focus is. We're moving on and just try to take care of our business. And you can only worry about what you can control, and that's us against whoever we're playing.
All right, Tiger, as always, thanks for being our guest on Soul Insider. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we want to welcome in Soul head coach Clint Dolezal. Clint, I have to be honest with you. I'm very worried about you and your psyche after the Cleveland game. How are you feeling right now, just, 24 plus hours past that?
A lot of ups and downs emotionally, for sure. Disappointed. We've had a lot of games, not just Cleveland, in our grasp, and, just not making enough plays at the end to get them done, and that's a tough one to swallow tonight, though. Basically a 48-yard Hail Mary, and we tip it, and it goes right to one of their, actually the guy with the best hands on their team, and he makes a play in the end zone. It's frustrating, for sure, to say the least.
Do you look at when you've lost 3 straight games, on last plays? Are you going around asking the guys, did you walk under a ladder, or did you have a black cat? I mean, do you start to think that somebody's got it out for you?
Well, I just think those things will eventually turn around for us. You have those things happen to you, and you think, okay, it can't go bad all the time. And so far, it has been a lot for us this year. And maybe it's time for it to turn around for us, and we get on a roll. I mean, all we got to do is get in the dance, and anything happen there, because we know we can beat anybody that's we've played so far, and that's including the team with no losses in Arizona to 1 loss in Cleveland.
Clint, I want to ask you if you're kind of like the rest of the United States. Are you watching the World Cup with the U.S. in it?
Anything that's got USA involved, I don't care what it is. I'm going to watch it if it's on TV. And, I watched it from beginning to end last night, and I feel bad for them.
Were you feeling like, I feel your pain?
Yeah, I certainly do. It's not quite the same. We don't have ties in our game, but that had to feel like a loss for them, being up with basically under 15 seconds left, and then to score that last goal in actual extra minutes, which is crazy to me, those extra minutes, and not knowing exactly how much time. That's got to be frustrating for them.
Can you imagine if you went up to ref going, when's the game ending? I don't know, Clint. I'll get back to you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we have that clock up there. When it hits 0, it's over.
It's over. All right, I want to thank head coach Clint Dolezal for being our guest on the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore. Clint, good luck next week.
Thank you.
The Soul returns to the Wells Fargo Center for Monday Night Football, July 7th at 8 p.m. Get to the arena early by 6 p.m. to see Brian Westbrook play one more time in a Wounded Warrior amputee versus NFL alumni charity game. Get your family 4-pack now. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns for as low as $68. Call 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. After the break, we'll hear from Vinny the Crumb with Vinny's Crumbs when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
How can the Judge Group help your business? By providing you with effective business technology solutions. By recruiting the finest personnel to meet your unique business needs. By providing corporate training, learning, and performance support solutions. And unified communications, voice and video system design and engineering. With over 30 offices in the U.S., Canada, and Asia, the Judge Group, a global leader in professional services since 1970.
No one else can do what Colonial Marble and Granite can do. We've revolutionized the way you buy your granite countertops. Colonial Marble and Granite, the nation's leading granite countertop fabricator. Visit our King of Prussia showroom today and see how easy, beautiful, and affordable your countertops can be. Professional, courteous service, unbeatable prices, just $19.99 installed. No one else can beat Colonial Marble and Granite. Visit us online at colonialmarble.net.
Which car company is #1 in customer loyalty? Hyundai. And which car has more horsepower and more front leg room? The Elantra. The others are simply playing catch-up. The satisfaction of the Elantra. The power of America's best warranty. Right now, lease a new 2014 Elantra for just $149 a month or get up to $2,000 total savings. Get to your local Hyundai dealer today because this offer ends June 30th.
Hi, I'm Tony Mitchell, Brinker Simpson & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We offer comprehensive financial compliance and tax services. As Philadelphia's leading tax and advisory firm, we let our clients say it best.
Tony and his team at Brinker Simpson provided the expertise of a large accounting firm, but didn't forget their small business roots.
Brinker Simpson has a clear business vision that looks beyond spreadsheets and numbers and sees opportunities.
At Brinker Simpson, firm relationships build success.
And now, the stop pain stop of the game.
Sen on 4th downs this year. Austin in trouble and he's brought down.
Ball's out.
It's a safety for Philadelphia. Now it's a touchdown. The ball came out.
One of the things I love about Twitter is taking to it immediately after a big event. It is like every single caller to sports talk radio is on the line at the same time. It is a cacophony of emotion all at once. It can be raw, can be bitter, and often witty, an outpouring of feelings. So as soon as the USA-Portugal World Cup match ended in a draw, I couldn't get to Twitter fast enough. Is it wrong to still be pissed about that last-second goal and not be a soccer fan? Well, you could put me in that category. Or there was this. I don't understand USA frustration over the tie in soccer. This from a country that invented kindergarten graduation ceremonies. Back off there, buddy. Just had a graduation ceremony for my son from pre-K. But the one that got me was this. Okay, world, that's what it's like to be a Philly sports fan. What? It ended in a tie. It was a tie. There was, not a winner. And they can still advance. It ain't over yet. So if the U.S. and Germany tie, both advance. Methinks I smell a rat, or at least a friendly arrangement, eh? This is not even remotely close to what it's like to being a Philadelphia sports fan. Other kids got bedtime stories. I got Chico Ruiz stole home stories. Look it up or ask your parents or grandparents. They're still scarred by it. I remember walking out of the link after the Eagles lost to Carolina in the NFC Championship game. I was nervous. That's how angry people were. I was just at a dinner recently with former Giants running back Tiki Barber, right here in Philadelphia the dinner was. People were kiddingly ribbing Tiki about being a Giant, and he calmly responded, "You hate my brother more." Ah, yes, that would be Rondé Barber, who snuffed out the Eagles' comeback attempt in another conference championship game with a pick of McNabb returned, 92 yards. I've got many, many more. Unfortunately, because bitter disappointment is quite common around these parts when it comes to our sports team. Just ask the Soul. They've suffered enough heartbreaking losses this season. So to even remotely suggest the country feels our pain when it comes to crushing losses is frankly an outrage. It was a tie. Now I'll close with what might have been my favorite tweet of the day. If America wins the World Cup, the rest of the world has to call it soccer for the next 4 years. Bravo. That's the spirit. And speaking to a man who is always spirited, it's Vinny the Crump.
Yo, it's Vinny the Nice, and here are my thoughts. That's right, the new and improved Vinny. I have seen the light and now prefer to be addressed as Vince, please. Let's recap this past weekend's matchup and look ahead at the coming game together, shall we? The Soul faced a very formidable and brutish Cleveland Gladiators team this past Saturday and fell by the score of 69-68. The Gladiators were quite the lively bunch of gentlemen, looking crisp in their Cleveland white uniforms. Their coach, a vertically challenged, feisty young fellow in a very loosely fit warm-up ensemble that suited him quite well, if I do say so myself. Gladiator, what a tremendous movie. Russell Crowe is the angry young general whose family was taken from him by savages. Very well done, cinematic adventure. I recommend a look. The game was a battle of proportions so epic that epic doesn't seem suitable. The Soul, in their home blue and charcoal gray, at one point taking a commanding 10-point lead, played extremely well for 59 minutes and 58 seconds, that is. In the final seconds, when all in attendance were sure of a Soul victory, the Soul defense, leading by 5 points, tipped a Shane Austin Hail Mary last-second attempt to win pass into the hands of Cleveland receiver Dominic Goodman for the score, and the game ended. A heartbreaking loss indeed. The Soul will now take a 6-8 record into Iowa to face the also 6-8 Barnstormers this Saturday. Iowa, cornfields and farmland, a beautiful part of the country, should be a great game. Go Soul, I'm Vince, and those are my thoughts.
I'm not sure who this Vince character is, but I promise everyone, I will make sure Vinny is back next time. The Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center for Monday Night Football, Monday, July 7th at 8 p.m. Get to the arena early by 6 p.m. to see Brian Westbrook play one more time in a Wounded Warrior amputee versus NFL alumni charity game. Get your tickets now by calling 888-789-SOUL or go to philadelphiasoul.com. After the break, we'll look ahead to the next Soul game against the Iowa Barnstormers with Soul General Manager Tom Goodhines when we return to the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore.
Bradford White Water Heaters. American made, American owned. Built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit BradfordWhite.com to find a contractor near you.
Scott, he do a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Soul fans, here's your chance to win the ultimate tailgate prize package. The Soul and your neighborhood Walgreens has your chance to win. Every month, you can win a 50-inch flat-screen TV, Soul tailgate grill, table, chairs, and coolers. Plus, you and 10 of your friends get to go to a Soul game VIP style in an all-you-can-eat club box. Get to Walgreens now and visit the Soul Zone. A new winner is selected every month. Brought to you in part by Canada Dry, Smart Water, Good Health Natural, Utz, Red Bull, Stop Pain, Coca-Cola, and Peanut Chews. No purchase necessary. Please see website for complete rules and regulations.
It's the Hyundai Drive Your Way drive of the game.
So if it's incomplete, they should have time.
Rana binds him! Touchdown! A flag is down, but Marquis White makes the catch.
want to welcome in Seoul General Manager Tom Goodhines. Tom, have you recovered yet from that loss to Cleveland?
That was a tough one. First 10 minutes after the game, I couldn't speak, which, if you ask a lot of people around me, that's hard to do.
I've hung around with you enough to know it's impossible for you to do.
Yes, but no, it was as tough as you get because of the fact that it was played perfectly from a strategy standpoint. I mean, burning the clock down to the 2 seconds and scoring with those 2 seconds left and just proves the point that you're never out of it, and you got to wait for triple zeros to hit the clock in order to get the win.
All right, now let's talk about kind of what the Soul have to do now, the playoff picture. I mean, they're not out of it. Clearly, they've got to, win their remaining games. But can you just explain to people what they have to watch with the other teams? And it all comes down, as usually in elections and everything, it comes down to the state of Florida.
Well, unfortunately, that comes into case for us for this year. But first things first, we got to take care of business. I mean, right off the top, we got to be winning because all this other stuff is out the window without it. But besides that, I mean, the two top teams in our conference, the American Conference, are your division winners. So it would be the division winner of between Pittsburgh and Cleveland would get the number 1 seed. In the South Division, who would have a worse record than those two teams, would get the number 2 seed. Pittsburgh's already clinched, so they're at least number 3. So Cleveland and Pittsburgh are already in the picture. The only remaining spot is number 4, and obviously the winner of the South will get the number 2 seed. So for us, right now, Tampa holds a tiebreaker against us because they've beat us 2 out of 3 times. And we do play Orlando again, and we've already beat them previously. So right now, we're pretty big Orlando fans. So okay, as far as them losing.
Yeah, it's losing. So people have to root against Orlando for them to lose, and for Tampa.
Right now, that's the best scenario.
All right, Tom. Well, good luck against Iowa. I hop you get it rolling, get into the playoffs, and thanks for being our guest as always.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't forget, this Saturday, June 28th at 8:05 p.m., the Soul will be at Iowa to take on the Barnstormers. That game will be televised on the Comcast network. The Soul return to the Wells Fargo Center for Monday Night Football, Monday, July 7th at 8 p.m. Get to the arena early by 6 p.m. to see Brian Westbrook play one more time in a Wounded Warrior amputee versus NFL alumni charity game. Get your tickets now by calling 888-789-SOUL or go to PhiladelphiaSoul.com. Thanks for joining us, as always, on the Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore. Here's hoping next week we're talking about a last-second Soul victory.
The Soul Insider, presented by Foods Galore, is sponsored by Pro Systems. Pro Systems Audio, one of Philadelphia's finest audio, video, and lighting contracting firms. By Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. And by the Judge Group and Judge Unified Communications, designing, developing, deploying, and managing advanced technologies for clients across the globe.